up, Internet? This is Kyle with Slapshot Toys and Comics, doing yet another Star Wars Elite Series figure review. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the classic Stormtrooper figure. Again, the Star Wars Elite Series is a Disney Store exclusive, so you can find this figure right now at any Disney Store and DisneyStore.com. This is a re-release of the Stormtrooper from the original trilogy. I was able to find this at my local Disney store. So let's go ahead, open this guy up and take a look at the figure. Alright, here's our classic Stormtrooper finally out of the box. First off, I just gotta say, not that I expect anybody from Disney or Disney Store and marketing or packaging or anything like that to ever watch this, but man, the twist ties on these things suck. I thought Diamond Select was notoriously bad for the way they package their Select figures and the twist ties, but these things are terrible. There are collectors of us who do take things out of the box, and man, this thing was a pain in the butt to get undone. It even went as far to have some twist ties that were actually cut off at the knot, so it was extremely hard to get a finger underneath the little wire and start untwisting it. So just a note to Disney, 15 twist ties to hold one little figure in a box is a little bit overkill. But first impressions, this is a really cool looking Stormtrooper, classic design. I think the die cast just adds a little bit more of a quality to the armor as opposed to the plastic. But let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that this figure does come with first. Alright, so this being an Elite Series figure, it doesn't really come with a whole lot of accessories like the rest of the line. They just come with one weapon that is usually film accurate, and then the standard Star Wars base. It's actually a pretty nice little base, as you can see here. Just a plastic oval, has like some sculpting that looks like a metallic floor, much like most of the spaceships and Death Star in the movies. Has the Star Wars logo sculpted in there, which is really nice, and then has the foot peg. So just a standard little base. Now taking a look at the weapon, I really don't like this. This looks extremely cheap, as you can see. It just looks like just a kind of sloppily molded piece of plastic. The paint apps are just that one solid kind of gunmetal gray. It's pretty bent in a lot of areas, as you can kind of see, and it just doesn't look very good at all. It just looks really cheaply made. It doesn't look terrible when you actually have it in the hand of the Stormtrooper, but just looking at it by itself here, it just looks really bad. And I just wanted to do a quick comparison of the New Order Stormtrooper blaster and the classic Stormtrooper blaster. As you can tell, they're pretty much the same mold, but just the little detail of the white paint with the black and the silvers there on the scope. I mean, the Force Awakens New Order Stormtrooper blaster just looks so much better. I understand that the original trilogy blasters were just a solid black, but I feel like they could have done a lot more to make the classic Stormtrooper blaster just a little bit better. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at the actual figure itself. I think this is a fantastic classic Stormtrooper figure. The sculpting on the helmet looks spot on. As we can see here, I mean, it really looks good. Mine has a little bit of scuffing right there, but I mean, what are you going to do? It's a figure. They're going to have little things like that. But overall, the paint apps on the helmet, I think, look really good. All the little details from the different ventilation lines there. I mean, this just looks really cool. The armor, just standard Stormtrooper armor. Not a whole lot you can really do with it. Just the basic flat chest piece. You know, the little buttons here on the abdomen. The belt sculpted real nicely. Has the little pouches here on the side, down to the legs. It's really cool. They even gave us a little holster that the blaster actually can fit in, which I think is a really nice touch. Looking at the arms, the shoulder plates look fantastic. I mean, there's not a whole lot to them. The forearm guards look really good, and the gloves I really like. You have like the little armor plating there into the actual hand and glove itself. I think that looks really cool. Legs, same thing. You have your two different sides that are on the classic Stormtroopers, where you had the knee plate there and then the little thigh belt right there going down. Shin guards look good, boots look good. I mean, it's just a classic design. Not a whole lot going with it, but still cool. And now we're going to take a look at kind of the big downfall of die-cast figures, and since this line is die-cast, the one thing that almost all the figures have, and that is if we turn this guy around, we have several screw holes. I know this turns off a lot of collectors. Me personally, I don't mind it. I don't show off the back of my figures a whole lot, but they are there, and it's extremely noticeable on the Stormtroopers because, at least with Vader, Kylo Ren, some of the other figures, they have capes and things that do a really nice job covering all this so you never see it. Stormtroopers, they have nothing, so it's right there out in the open. So do keep this in mind when you are looking at the Elite series. You are going to have all these screw holes in the back. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at the articulation on the figure. And to be honest, this one isn't very good, but it's a Stormtrooper, so I mean, most of their poses are pretty generic anyway. It didn't look like the actors could move all that well in those suits back in the original trilogy. But he does have head motion as far as being able to look side to side. He has a very, very small amount. You can kind of look down a little bit, but can't look up at all. As far as arm articulation, he can't go out this far. The issue is these shoulder pads to hit the side of the neck there. So that's as far as he can go out. He can move forward. He is hinged at the elbow, which does a 90 degree, and then the wrists do rotate. So that's about it. The only downfall to these figures, as is the case with all the Elite series, is there is no bicep swivel or forearm swivel. So what happens is there's no possible way to get him into a gun across the chest standing in attention pose, which really sucks because that's how I love to display these figures, but unfortunately they cannot do that. He does have waist rotation. He can kick his legs forward just a little bit, not so much backwards. That's about it. He cannot go out any further than that due to these pouches here on the belt. So unfortunately, there's no real movement there. He is hinged at the knee, so he goes about that far back. There is a little bit of foot being able to go down and then up, but there is no swivel or ankle pivot. And just a quick side-by-side comparison, here is the classic Stormtrooper next to the Elite Series First Order Stormtrooper. And here's the classic Stormtrooper standing next to the Elite Series Darth Vader. And I gotta say, the scaling on this I think is pretty spot on. Vader just stands a little bit taller and a little bit wider than the Stormtrooper, which I think is really film accurate. And I think these two look fantastic together. I'm actually contemplating getting a second one so I can have them on both sides in my display. Right, so that's going to do it for my review. Even with the flaws as far as the articulation, the screw holes in the back, I still think this is a fantastic figure, especially if you collect the Elite Series. This guy looks really, really good standing next to the Elite Series Vader. So I would definitely recommend picking him up if you do collect the Elite Series, or if you're just wanting more of like a statue type Stormtrooper. I think this is one of the best ones I've seen, and I really do. I think the die-cast metal does make the armor pop just a little bit more than what some of the plastic ones I've seen do. Alright, I want to thank you guys so much for taking a look at this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. I am working on a couple more Elite Series reviews as well as a couple more Marvel reviews. In the comments, just let me know if you guys like the Elite Series or if the die-cast metal just is a complete failure in your guys' eyes. I'd love to know. So go ahead and subscribe. Be on the lookout for a couple more videos here in the next couple days. And I'll catch you guys later. Thanks. See ya.